Every song in Guitar Hero Warrior Rock, not including World Tour DLC. We got Again by Flyleaf, Aqualung by Jethro Tull, Backcountry by Avenged Sevenfold, Been Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction, Black Rain by Soundgarden, Blackwood of Laporte by John 5 featuring Jim Root, Bleed Out by Linkin Park, Bloodlines by Deathclaw, Bodies by Drowning Pool, Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, Burned by Deep Purple, Burnin' For You by Blue Oyster Cult, Call Me The Breeze Live by Lynyrd Skynyrd, Calling by Strung Out, Chemical Warfare by Slayer, Cherry Bomb by The Runaways, Children of the Grave by Black Sabbath, Crying by Aerosmith, Dance Dance by Fall Out Boy, Dancing Through Sunday by AFI, Deadfall by Snot, Fascination Street by The Cure, The Feel Good Drag by Anne Berlin, Feels Like the First Time by Foreigner, Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival, Free Ride by Edgar Winter, Fury of the Storm by Dragon Force, Get Free by The Vines, Ghost by Slash featuring Ian Astbury, Graduate by Third Eye Blind, Hard to See by Five Finger Death Punch, Holy Wars The Punishment Due by Megadeth, How You Remind Me by Nickelback, I Know What I Am by Band of Skulls, I'm Broken by Pantera, I'm Not Okay, I Promise by My Chemical Romance. I cannot make this shit up, mate. If You Want Peace, Prepare for War by Children of Bodom, Indians by Anthrax, Interstate Love Song by Stone Temple Pilots, It's Only Another Parsec by RX Bandits, Jet City Woman by Queensryche, I think that's how you pronounce it, Last Cell by Phoenix, Listen to Her Hurt by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, ironic, Losing My Religion by Rem, Love Gun by Kiss, Lunatic Fringe by Red Rider, Machine Head by Bush, Modern Day Cowboy by Tesla. I didn't know a car band could make songs. The Money for Nothing by Dire Straits, Motivation by Sum 41, Move It On Over Live by George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Nemesis by Arch Enemy, No More Mr. Nice Guy by Alice Cooper, No Way Back by Foo Fighters, The Outsider by A Perfect Circle, Paranoid Live by Metallica and Ozzy Osbourne, Pour Some Sugar on Me Live by Def Leppard, Psychosocial by Slipknot, Ravenous by Atreyu, or is it Trey? Reignition Live by Bad Brains, Renegade by Styx, Rockin' in the Free World by Neil Young, Savior by Rise Against, Scumbag Blues by Them Crooked Vultures, Self-Esteem by The Offspring, but without the hyphen, Setting Fire to the Sleeping Giants by the Dillinger Escape Plan, Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes, Sharp Dressed Man Live by ZZ Top, Slar Hands by Interpol, Speeding Vault Version by Steve Vai, Stray Cat Blues by the Rolling Stones, Sudden Death by Megadeth, Suffocated by Orianthe, Theme from Spider-Man, There's No Secrets This Year by Silver Sun Pickups, This Day We Fight by Megadeth, Tick Tick Boom by The Hives, Ties That Bind by Alter Bridge, Turns of Harm by Blind Melon, the entirety of 2112's A-side by Rush, Unskinny Bot by Poison, Uprising by Muse, Weidmannsheil by Rammstein. I probably pronounced that wrong, and if I pronounced that wrong, I am very sorry. And so, to make it up to you, I will read out every part of 2112. Part 1 is Overture, Part 2 is The Temples of Syrinx, Part 3 is Discovery. Part 4 is Presentation. Part 5 is Oracle the Dream. Part 6 is Soliloquy. And Part 7 is Grand Finale. Can you tell I'm not a native German speaker? Next up, we got We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister. And we got What Do I Get by Buzzcocks, except it's a cover. Wish by 9 Inch Nails. You Can Still Rock in America by Night Ranger. And now we're in band hero songs that got exported with, starting with A Million Ways by OK Go, ABC by Jackson 5, The Adventure by Angels and Airwaves, American Pie by Don McLean, Angels of the Silences by Counting Crows, Back Again by Parachute, Bad Reputation by Joan Jett, Believe by The Bravery, Black Cat by Janet Jackson, Black Horse and the Cherry Tree by KT Tunstall, Bring Me to Life by Evanescence, Dirty Little Secret by the All-American Rejects, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me by Culture Club, Don't Speak by No Doubt, Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison, Fascination by Alphabet, Gasoline by the Airborne Toxic Event, Hands Down by Dashboard Confessional, Hand Me Up to Dry by Cold War Kids, Happy Together by the Turtles, Honky Tonk Woman by the Rolling Stones, I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye, I Want You to Want Me Live by the Cheap Trick. What the fuck? If Only You Could See by Tonic. The Impression That I Get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, which I first heard in Rock Band 2. In a Big Country by Big Country. Big Country and Just a Girl by No Doubt. Kids by Robbie Williams and Kylie Minogue. Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas. Alias Artistes by Santa Gold, which I first heard in Shaun White Snowboarding. Let's Dance by David Bowie. Lifeline by Papa Roach. Lips of an Angel by Hindra, which I first heard in Dance Dance Revolution Hottest Party 1, even though that version uses a cover. I should have done the same joke for this one as I did with Tick Tick Boom, because I actually first heard Tick Tick Boom from the Shaun White Snowboarding game. Same one as this one. Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar, which I totally didn't hear first from Rock Band 3's DLC. Love Story by Taylor Swift. Naive by The Cooks. Ocean Avenue by Yellowcard. Oh Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. Our Lips Are Sealed by Go-Go's. Paralyzer by Finger 11. Picture to Burn by Taylor Swift. Pictures of You by The Last Good Night. Put Your Records On by Corinne Bailey Rae. Rio by Duran Duran. Rockstar by Nerd. Santa Monica by Everclear. She Will Be Loved by Maroon 5. Steal My Kisses by Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals. Yeah, that checks out. Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy. Take a Picture by Filter. Take Back the City by Snow Patrol. Take What You Take by Lily Allen. Turn Off the Light by Nelly Furtado. Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. Wanna Be by Spice Girls. Warwick Avenue by Duffy. When I'm Gone by Three Doors Down. Whip It by Devo. YMCA by Village People. You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. You Had Me by Joss Stone. And we're off to downloadable content. Starting with 100 Little Curses by Street Sweeper Social Club. 1901 by Phoenix. Second Sucks by A Day to Remember. 7 Things by Miley Cyrus. A Classic Case of Transference by The Fall of Troy. Across Five Oceans by Bandita Lake. Adam's Song by Blink-182. Addicted by Saving Abel. After Forever by Black Sabbath. Afterlife by Avenged Sevenfold. All I Want by A Day to Remember, All Nightmare Long by Metallica, All the Right Moves by One Republic, All the Small Things by Blink-182, Almost Easy by Avenged Sevenfold, Always by Saliva, Astro Zombies by Misfits, Attack by 30 Seconds to Mars, Avon by Queens of the Stone Age, Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival, The Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson, Beautiful Leaves by AFI, Between the Lines by Stone Temple Pilots, Beverly Hills by Weezer, The Bird and the Worm by The Used, Birth Ritual by Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden, Black Sunday by the Black Label Society, Blackout by Linkin Park, Blood Drunk by Children of Bodom, Blur Up the Outside World by Soundgarden, Blue Monday, the Orgy cover. Yeah, that's actually a cover. Boom by Pod, Broken Man by Scott McKeon, Bulletproof Heart by My Chemical Romance, Burden in My Hand by Soundgarden, Bury Myself Alive by The Used, Burning in the Skies by Linkin Park, California Queen by The Wolfmother, Calling Dr. Love by Kiss, Can You Take Me by Third Eye Blind, The Catalyst by Linkin Park, Closer by Nine Inch Nails, not to be confused with Closer by Lacuna Coil or Closer by Ne-Yo, Coma White by Marilyn Manson, Cosmic Egg by Wolfmother, Cousins by Vampire Weekend, Crazy Horse by Black Label Society, not to be confused with Crazy Train or Crazy Town, Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen, Cut Your Hair by Pavement, Damned If I Do You Live by All Time Low, The Day That Never Comes by Metallica, Dear Maria Count Me In by All Time Low, Detroit Rock City by Kiss, Devour by Shinedown, Do What You Want by OK Go, The Dope Show by Marilyn Manson, Down With the Sickness by Disturbed, Downfall of Us All by A Day to Remember, Dull Life by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Elected by Alice Cooper, The End of the Line by Metallica, Epic by Faith No More, Everybody Loves Me by One Republic, Everybody Wants You by Billy Squier, Everything Is Everything by Phoenix, Face Down by Alpha Rev, Falling Down by Selena Gomez and The Scene, Fat Lip by Sum 41, Fell on Black Days by Soundgarden, Fight, Smash, Win by the Street Sweeper Social Club, Fireflies by Owl City, wait what? First Day by Blink-182, Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz, Freebird by Leonard Skinner, Freeze Frame by the J. Jails Band, From Yesterday from 30 Seconds to Mars, The Geeks Were Right by The Faint, Get Over It by OK Go, Get Your Gun by Marilyn Manson, Give Me Three Steps by Leonard Skinner, Girls Not Grey by AFI, Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue, Give Me a Sign by Breaking Benjamin, Gives You Hell by the All American Rejects, Gore Gore by Gore. I cannot take that title and artist seriously. What the fuck? The Hand That Feeds by Nine Inch Nails, Hands All Over by Soundgarden, Hands Open by Story Patrol, Hangar 18 by Megadeth, Hard to Breathe by Maroon 5, Head Like a Hole by Nine Inch Nails, Headstrong by Trapped, Helena by My Chemical Romance, Here It Goes Again by OK Go, Here We Go Again by Demi Lovato, Hey Superstar by Medina Lake, High Speed Soul by Nada Surf, Holiday by Vampire Weekend, Hot Patootie by The Rocky Horror Picture Show, How to Handle a Rope by Queens of the Stone Age, Hunted Down by Soundgarden, I Can't Get No Satisfaction Live by The Rolling Stones, I Stand Alone by Godsmack, I Was Made for Loving You by Kiss, I'm 18 by Cooper, Alice Cooper. I forgot the Alice part. What the fuck? Next up, we got I'm Free Live by the Rolling Stones. Ignorance by Paramore. Into Deep by Sum 41. Indestructible by Disturbed. Into the Void by Black Sabbath. Held in the Sun by Weezer. Judas Kiss by Metallica. Jukebox Hero by Foreigner. Just Dance by Lady Gaga featuring Kobe O'Donnell. Wait, what? The Kids Don't Stand a Chance by Vampire Weekend. Killer Queen by Queen. Kings and Queens by 30 Seconds to Mars. Lady by Lenny Kravitz. Laser Cannon Death Sentence by Death Clock. Last Resort by Papa Roach. Lay It on the Line by Triumph. Let Love Rule by Lenny Kravitz. Lick It Up by Kiss. Lifelong Day Shift by Middle Class Rut. Limelight by Rush. Listomania by Phoenix. Little Sister by Queens of the Stone Age. Living on the Edge by Aerosmith. Living Deadbeat by Children of Bodom. Learn Some Road Blues by Joe Bonamassa. Losing a Whole Year by Third Eye Blind. Love in an Elevator by Aerosmith. Love Song by Tesla. Lorde by Capra. Mercy by One Republic. The Messenger by Linkin Park. Mexicola by Queens of the Stone Age. Missing Frame from AFI. Modern Day Delilah by Kiss. Munich by Editors. My Wave by Soundgarden. Name by Google Dolls. Never Let You Go by Third Eye Blind. New by No Doubt. New Lord by Middle Class Rut. No More Patty's Limit by Flogging Molly. Nikki by Limp Bizkit. Nothing to Say by Slash with M Shadows. Our Song by Taylor Swift. Outshine by Soundgarden. Panic Attack by The Fall of Troy. Parade of the Dead by Black Label Society. Peace Cells by Megadeth. But Who's Buying? Pilgrim by Wolfmother. Plowed by Sponge. Plush by Stone Temple Pilots. Poison by Alice Cooper. Pork and Beans by Weezer. Pretty Handsome Awkward by The Used. Prodigal Son Live by Rolling Stones. Proud Mary by Creedence Clearwater Revival, not to be confused with Proud Mary by Tina Turner. Psycho by Pylamide. Ragdoll by Aerosmith. Real World by Matchbox 20. Red Barchetta by Rush. Requiem for a Dying Song by Flogging Molly. Rescue Me by Hawthorne Heights. Rusty Cage by Soundgarden. Sad to Know by Middle Class Rut. School's Out by Alice Cooper. Scream by Avenged Sevenfold. Second Chance by Shinedown. The Seven Deadly Sins by Flogging Molly. Wait, hold on a minute. Sex and Candy by Marcy Playground. Sack Type Thing by Stone Temple Pilots. She's a Genius by Jet. Show Me the Way Live by Peter Frampton. Sick Transit Gloria. Glory Fades by Brand New. Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. Single by the Fall of Troy. Sister Christian by Night Ranger. Sister Jack by Spurn. Somebody to Love by Queen. Somewhere in the World It's Midnight by Street Sweeper Social Club. Sooner or Later by Breaking Benjamin. Sorrow by Bad Religion. Sound of Madness by Shinedown. Southtown by P.O.D. Spurn Man by Soundgarden. Still I Rise by Shadowfall. Still Waiting by Sum 41, Stricken by Disturbed, Destroyed by Billy Squier, Suicide and Redemption JH and KH, both by Metallica, Supermassive Black Hole by Muse, Sweet Home Alabama Live by Lynyrd Skynyrd, Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath, Sweet Transvestite by the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth, The Takeover That Breaks Over by Fall Out Boy, Take the Money and Run by the Steve Miller Band, Talk Dirty to Me by Poison, The Taste of Ink by The Used, Teenagers by My Chemical Romance, That Was Just Your Life by Metallica, That's What You Get by Paramore, There's No Other Way by Blur, This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race by Fall Out Boy, This Love by Maroon 5, Thanks for Thumbers by Fall Out Boy, Time Warp by the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Tom Sawyer by Rush, Tourniquet by Marilyn Manson, Traveling Band by Creedence Clearwater Revival, Twilight of the Thunder God by Abide of Earth, Under My Thumb Live by the Rolling Stones, The Unforgiven 3 by Metallica, Until the End by Breaking Benjamin, Waiting for the End by Linkin Park, Was It Worth It by Children of Bodom, Watch This by Slash with Dave Grohl and Duff McKagan, We Got the Beat by the Go-Go's, We're All Gonna Die by Slash with Iggy Pop, We've Got a Situation Here by The Damned Things, Weightless by An All-Time Low, Welcome to My Nightmare by Alice Cooper, Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance, What's the Frequency Kenneth by Rem, When She Comes to Me by Billy Squier, Who I Am by Tyler Bryant, Wings of a Butterfly by Him, World on Fire by Firewind, Wretches and Kings by Linkin Park, You Gotta Move Live by the Rolling Stones, You're All I Have by Snow Patrol, Youth of the Nation by Pod, and now we're on to Metallica, Guitar Hero Metallica, starting with Ace of Spades by Motorhead, Am I Evil by Diamond Head, Battery by Metallica, Beautiful Morning by Machine Head, The Black River by The Sword, Blood and Thunder by Mastodon, The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy, Creeping Death by Metallica, Demon Cleaner by Kiss, Disposable Heroes by Metallica, Deer's Eve, Enter Sandman, all by Metallica, Evil by Merciful Fate, Fade to Black, Fight Fire with Fire, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Frantic, Fuel, Hit the Lights, King Nothing, Master of Puppets, The Memory Remains, Merciful Fate, all by Metallica, Mommy's Little Monster Live by Social Distortion, Mother of Mercy by Samhain, No Leaf Clover, Nothing Else Matters, One, Orion, Sad But True, Seek and Destroy, The Shortest Straw, The Thing That Should Not Be, all by Metallica, Tuesday's Gone by Lynyrd Skynyrd, Turn the Page Live by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, The Unforgiven, Welcome Home Sanitarium, Wherever I May Roam, and Whiplash by Metallica. Now we're on to Guitar Hero Smash Hits. Caught in a Mosh by Anthrax, Cult of Personality by Living Color, Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd again, Freya by The Sword, Heart-Shaped Box by Nirvana, Hey You by the Exes, Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar, I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, I Wanna Rock by Twisted Sister, Message in a Bottle by The Police, Miss Murder by AFI, Monkey Wrench by The Foo Fighters, No One Knows by Queens of the Stone Age, Nothing But a Good Time by Poison, Play With Me by Extreme, Psychobilly Freak Out by the Reverend Horton Heat, Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss, Shout at the Devil by Motley Crue, The Trooper by Iron Maiden, Woman by Wolfmother, and YYZ by Rush. Then we have the GH Tune songs. We're not going to cover any of my customs, but we got Barry Mountain, Brandenburg, Chopin Revolution, Deluge of Fire, Echo, Feed Forward, Langlet, Paint the Fires, Points of Arc, Pnuffern, Raven Mad. That's it. Now we got the World Tour songs, starting with About a Girl Unplugged, Are You Gonna Guide My Way by Lenny Kravitz, Band on the Run by Wings, Damn It by Blink-182, Demolition Man Live by Sting, Do It Again by Steely Dan, Everlong by Foo Fighters, Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar, Hollywood Nights by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, The Joker by Steve Miller Band, The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars, Elvia Elviacas by the Mars Volta, Lazy Eye by Silver Sun Pickups, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, Love Spreads by the Stone Roses, The Middle by Jimmy Eat World, Never Too Late by The Answer, No Sleep Till Brooklyn by the Beastie Boys, Obstacle 1 by Interpol, One Arm Scissor by At the Drive-In, One Way or Another by Blondie, Our Truth by Lacuna Coil, Overkill by Motorhead, Re-Education Through Labor by Rise Against, Santeria by Sublime, Shiver by Coldplay, Sold Out by Nofx, Spiderwebs by No Doubt, Stillborn by the Black Label Society, Stranglehold by Ted Nugent, all 8 minutes and 25 seconds of it. Sweet Home Alabama Live Again by Leonard Skinner, Today by the Smashing Pumpkins, Toy Boy by Stuck in the Sound, Up Around the Bend by Creedence Clearwater Revival, You're Gonna Say Yeah by Hush Puppies, and that's about it. Wait a minute. That's not it, because we forgot the DLC for this game. I'm gonna guess that every song is... I'm gonna guess that every World Tour DLC is also in this game, but... What do I know? I have never even encountered any... I have never figured out a way to get World Tour DLC to work, so, just... put all the World Tour DLC into the downloadable content section. Now we got Guitar Hero 5. Well, hold on a minute. We never seen Jimi Hendrix here, so maybe Jimi Hendrix... Is Jimi Hendrix part of the World Tour DLC export? I don't know, I never played World Tour DLC before. Anyways, let's move on. So we're going to start off with 20th Century Boy by T-Rex, 21st Century Skizway Man by King Crimson, A Punk by Vampire Weekend, All the Pretty Faces by The Killers, Background by Wolfmother, Bleed American by Jimmy Eat World, Blue Day by Darker My Love, Blue Orchid by The White Stripes, Brian Storm by The Arctic Monkeys, Bring the Noise 20XX by Public Enemy featuring Zakk Wylde, Bullet with Butterfly Wings by The Smashing Pumpkins, Cigarette Sweating Bands by Band of Horses, Come Down by Bush, Deadbolt by Thrice, Demons by Darkest Hour, Disconnected by Face to Face, Do You Feel Like We Do Live, all 13 minutes and 40 seconds of it. Done with Everything, Die for Nothing by Children of Bodom, Ex-Girlfriend by No Doubt, Gamma Ray by Beck, Gratitude by Beastie Boys, Hungry Like the Wolf by Duran Duran, Hurt So Good by John Mellencamp, In My Place by Coldplay, In the Meantime by Space Hog, Jailbreak by Thin Lizzy, Judith by A Perfect Circle, Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, LA by Elliott Smith, Lithium Live by Nirvana. Lonely as Night by Billy Squier. Looks That Kill by Motley Crue. Lust for Life Live by Iggy Pop. Maiden, Mother, and Crime by The Sword. Make It With True by Queens of the Stone Age. Medicaid by AFI. Mirror People by Love and Rockets. Never Miss a Beat by Kaiser Chiefs. No One to Depend on Live by Santana. One Big Holiday by My Morning Jacket. Only Happy When It Rains by Garbage. Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. The Rock Show by Blink-182. Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting by Elton John. Scatterbrain Live by Jeff Beck. Send a Little Love Token by the Duke Spirit. 7 by Sunny Day Real Estate. Shout It Out Loud by Kiss. 6 Days a Week by The Bronx. Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. Snake Out by Rose Hill Drive. Sorry Lonely by The Police. Sewing Season Yeah by Brand New. The Spirit of Radio Live by Rush. Steady As She Goes by The Raconteurs. Streamline Woman by Guft Moo. Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. Superstation by Stevie Wonder. Sweating Bullets by Megadeth. Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones. They Say It by Scars on Broadway. Wanna Be in LA by Eagles of Death Metal. We're an American Band by Grand Funk Railroad. What I Got by Sublime. Wolf Like Me by TV on the Radio. Women for Tokyo 99 Remix by Deep Purple. You and Me by Attack. You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. And Young Funk by the Derek Trucks Band. That's it. Don't forget to stay hydrated.